All right, welcome to the Moosejaw RC Hour. It's been a hot minute. Yes, I know, and we're good to be here. It's Monday, and I'm thinking we'll make Mondays better by being here with you folks on that. And hopefully, let me know if you can hear me and all that stuff. Am I out of practice? Yes, I am out of practice. Welcome to the Moosejaw RC Hour. We have a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about the Pro Land by the Fire and the people and the event and everything like that. We're also going to talk about Trail Hero a little bit because one of the mod squads of the Harley and SBG takeover was there, Ben, a little bit, and talk about his wonderful Gladiator. But then we'll also talk about RC trucks. We've got some stuff. We've got some stuff in here that are going to be future projects and what to do with, and talk about some past projects that are on hold because I'm just not happy with them. But I'm not happy. But say hello, everybody. And I don't know what's it's getting close to winter or fall. It's fall, but what do you plan on building over the winter? The winter's coming. That's building season. So we'll get to that. We'll say hello to everybody here. Like when I popped in around 7 o'clock, I was watching some of your guys' conversation. There was a gaggle of Jimmy Buggies at the RC event. Yes, there was a Pro Line, a lot of them, and I'm jealous. And that's got to be on my. That's my winter project to get going on that. In fact, we're gonna just write that down. Build along buggy, right? And there's a new one. The Pro Mod was released by Harley Designs. Go check out his website and also his YouTube on that. And it's exciting. I know he's very excited about it. I think he really enjoys that. The challenge of on-the-spot designing, not just for himself, but for everybody, which is kind of nerve-wracking. I can only imagine. But I plan on doing that eventually. Just gotta get some tools here. We got the facility. We just gotta get some stuff. Matt did footage of your rig on his video, or maybe it was Josh's. Maybe. Hello, everybody. Good. It's good to see you, Phoenix, and we'll talk about Phoenix there as well. Outcast RC. Sorry, I need more tea in me, and hopefully have some more people show them RC with RC. All right. How is everyone tonight? It's Monday. Can't be too bad. Let me know in the chat. You think Mondays is a good day? Nobody's going to do Mondays. It might be a good day for me. I don't know. On time, I don't know what to do with that. Start on time. Yeah. Well, I try to be punctual as best I can. Hello, Pablo. Hello, Joe, and everyone. Hello, MJ. 949 Designs. 949. I love your avatar. I love the donkey. RC with RC. We got that. Rourke. Hello, Mondays are an awesome day. I think it'd be good. I think we'll stick to Mondays and we'll make this into something. Good day for a live stream. It is a good day. It is a good day. Maybe I get the jump on all the YouTube competition out there because that's what I'm all about. Competition. No. The goat is in the house. Hello from Province over from the other one Moosejaw is in. You're right, exactly. Nice to meet you there. Electric RC. Hello, RC community. And that's it. RC community. Jackass Johnny. Okay, sorry. We don't want to say donkey. Jackass Johnny. So anyways, I hope you're doing well. And again, sorry for taking a hiatus. Life gets in the way sometimes, and responsibilities. Ugh, and that A word, adult. I hate being an adult sometimes, but here we are. And it took a lot from it, but we were doing something. So before we get to Pro Line, let's talk about the current Moose job. This is for Orange Taco, who might show up here later in a minute. And it's a hard body. And this is a used body. So it's not perfect. There's some scratches and, well, what would you get? Damage, I guess you would say, into the body. And then granted, I could have filled it and all that, but I don't know if he wanted me to or not. He just said paint it, so that's what I'm doing. And he's going for a Stars and Stripes theme, of course. And we're working on, it's going okay. I was supposed to have it done by Pro Land by the Fire. I washed it down. I sanded it with probably 800 grit sandpaper and cleaned that. And I applied a primer. And then lo and behold, I'm having some problems. I don't know if you can see it there, but some of the stripes, or you can't even see it. Maybe, well, you can see that one. Where is that? There it is. That one right there, that star. Oops, the other side. I had a mask on it because I did in steps, and the mask pulled the whole darn thing off, the paint. And it was even worse on the first take of it. So I didn't get done for Pulling by the Fire. So I tell you, I don't know what it is. At first, there was like a rainstorm when I did paint it that day. I thought, okay, maybe humidity. But now it's dry, and it's the desert, and it's Nevada, dry air. And I used nitro fuel, cleaned it off. I sanded it again. I primered again. And would you know it, some little bits are coming off. So I'm going to just touch it up at this point, and there's still more to do. We're going to put silhouettes of soldiers on this, and then maybe airbrush so it looks a little hazy, a little bit like that. And it's close, but I'm really afraid to use the mask because it might pull more off, and I don't want to have to do this. I mean, I could fix the stars. That's easy. I'll just get my little paint pen for that. But what a bugger. And I don't get it. I don't know why it's doing that. Maybe you leaving something in the chat, like something you think's going on. But like I said, I washed it, sanded it, washed it, primered it, sanded, and added the paint. It was going really well. And even on the body here and there, it kind of did it. Not too bad. I've got one little section here. And you can see, you can see that little brown spot, the actual color, that little chip there. And it just comes off nice and clean. So we can fix that. But everything else, this is my Achilles heel now. Got to get this out of the way. I forget what Moosejaw number this is. It's been a while. Been trying to do a body one a week, but I just can't keep up with it. But it's going to look good. And then in the end, Ray goes, it's going to be a shelf clean. Don't worry about it. Stars came out good. I tried to space them out nice and evenly, like the flag would have it. That was the hard part. And then we went this. I'm really glad he liked the paint scheme. I found a 1-to-1 on this. You usually see stars and stripes with white or silver, and I just like the red. It makes it more bold, So we got that going for him, and we will get that. And kind of had to wait to order some more paint. And then I'm thinking, well, what's the problem? Maybe it's the Tamiya TS. I forget the number, but pure white. Maybe that's the cause, because that's what's coming off, not the red or anything else. So kind of there. What primer are you using? I use that automotive sandable primer. I've used it before, no problems. Sometimes it depends on my mood. Sometimes I just give it a nice sanding, and then I'll use a gray Tamiya color just for that. But this time I used the primer again, and even Matt has used it on some of his, and who knows? I'm not a chemist. So we'll see. We'll get it. We will get the job done. But that's the Moose job that we have currently. We have more coming up as well, plus a new business plan that we will share with you with the Moosejaw RC body shop is that. So we got that going. And, at least, and he gives me, it's a used body, but it's a new interior. And I thought, well, I'll tackle that, but I don't have any CA glue with me. And I got to get creative on the interior. That's the idea. I want to do more with, not just outside and inside the body, but also in the interior as well. Kind of like what I call, what my family calls it. I don't know. Going full ham. Anybody heard that reference? My daughter and my wife used that on me once, and I'm like, what the hell are you talking about, full ham? And they looked at me like I was stupid, which I was, apparently. So we have that going on with that, and it should go better. We're also gonna the one thing we're going to do once we're all done, I'm going to, especially some coats, I'm going to get some automotive polishing, the whatever soft thing, and really get that glossy as much as I can. And I have the last coats of this is going to be a pearl clear, and then clear, a whole can, lightly applied over and over again of Tamiya clear. We want that as shiny as possible, and then I will polish it. All right. Wet sand with, I think I got 6,000. I think it's 6,000 wet sandpaper, and then we'll do the polishing with the wax or whatever. Oh, what was it called? This the abrasive. It's not abrasive, but paste, something like that. Why is it escaping me? I don't know. It's gonna look beautiful. Can't wait till it's done. So we'll get that. What am I using for masking? I use automotive masking, and I also use sometimes this masking, and it didn't matter which one. And then the stencil is just some vinyl stencil that I found on Amazon. What I'm going to do with the silhouette of the soldiers, I've got the mask made, the stencil made. I'm going to get my fingerprints, clean my hands a little bit, but I'm going to put some fingerprints on it so it just sticks enough, but not too much where, again, just waiting, making sure it doesn't pull any more off, and I hope it doesn't. Plus, I'm going to let this sit in the sun, let it bake. Maybe that will help too. We're going to do a lot of things to make sure we get it done right. So I do swear by this type of automotive paint. This is for auto painting and everything. What do they call it? Precision masking tape. And I found it on Amazon, and I have different sizes. I even have a size like this, about almost 2 inch, I think, maybe 1.5 inches. And I just like that I've used it on other things, and it's worked great. I love it. And I don't have to spend so much on Tamiya tape at the hobby store, and it's smaller. So even though I trust Tamiya tape, but it gets expensive. But this, I think I saw Matt on Scale Builders Guild using this. Somebody was using it. I thought, okay, let's switch that. And I just tried this one first. Then I got the other sizes immediately. So was that. Do you remember what number the body you did for me for Farewell Crawl for the Cure? Oh, boy. RC with RC. Let's see. Let me check my Instagram. And are we talking about the one that Mazza did with the pink and white? Or did I do another one? And I just saw it. I can find that. I can find a date on it. Pardon me while I look up things. Rubbing compound. Thank you, RC. There you go. Rubbing compound. Let's write that down. Rubbing compound. I saw someone do that on, I think, a model on a car, and it looked really good. So I'm going to probably invest in that a little bit. But yeah, where am I? Woos. I mean, for full potato. That's some excellent potatoes. Who can I thank for these excellent potatoes? Name that movie. And it's kind of a chick flick, so, well, kind of. All right, let's find a crop. God, that was 2020, wasn't it? That was a long time ago, or 2022, maybe. Let's see, where are we at? We're almost there. Need some happy jazz music while we wait. Other than that, I mean, gosh, I painted a lot. There's a lot of bodies here. I think I saw, even Gunner's selling one of his, the patina orange one. I think he had it for sale. Where are you? Come on, show up. I know I have it on my website, but I don't know what date that was. There I am in Nevada. It's before Nevada. There's Crawl for Hope. Got that one. And let's see what else. Sorry for this. It's taking a while. I want to answer this question. I'm curious. Place your bets. When was it? I mean, obviously, if you know the day, the year, which I think is 2022. Okay, there's 2000. There's the Proline by the Fire. There's the Crocs. There's the real tough one. Was that after or before? I want to say that was after, but let's double check. Another crawl for Hope, an F Cancer one. That was for Robbie. Here we go. Farewell Crawl for a Cure. That was September 30th, 2021. There you go. And that was a bugger. I don't know if that's the one you're speaking of. Let me go back to see what else. I did some other ones at that time. I don't think I see anything. I see Proline by the Fire for Fam. And then the one with the cancer ribbon. Oh, okay, that one. Oh, shoot. Did I not? Is that one? Right? Was it a cliffhanger? Yeah. Yes. Is that Robbie? Hello, Robbie. Robbie Chapman. Yeah, there. I get it. RC with RC. I get it. Yeah. That was fun. So that was not far after October 8th. I posted that 2021. All right. That turned out great. That was fun. Yeah, there's a ribbon guy flipping off cancer. So good to see you, Robbie. Good. Thanks for joining. So let's talk about Proline by the Fire. First of all, again, hit that like button, all that fun jazz stuff and everything. Toby's in the house. Hello, Toby. How's it going? We're here. We're finally here. Proline by the Fire. Again, if you haven't gone, it's a great event. I highly recommend going. It's so much fun with all the different brands and vendors and small market guys and big market guys and all that. And they have food trucks. You know, I think there was 3 food trucks plus a coffee truck, which was very appreciated. And it's just a great running event. I will say probably the only thing I wish is with the concourse, they did 2nd and 3rd place. They just switched to 1st place. And I get it's probably a little easier and faster to make those decisions, but I still miss that. Well, I'm not episode 71. I got to fix that. Let's fix that brand. Let's see. It's actually episode 80. It's probably the last time I used StreamYard. And again, yes, By the Fire was a blast this year. I think Phoenix said somewhere on there that this is the most he actually did crawling the trails. Same here. Mrs. Moosejaw ran the trail 5 times. And I did a nighttime crawl with a bunch of people, and we'll get in that in a moment. And of course, Phoenix and everybody. And with the missus, she enjoyed it. She's hooked on to his hobby now. And it's just, and you see everybody. It's like, hey, it's been a while and all that. I mean, first off, Logan, West Desert Wheeler. And I don't remember if I introduced myself to him last year, and I went to apologize. Hey, I knew you were here, but I don't know if I said hi. And no, we said hello. I'm like, gosh, I can't remember. I'm so bad. So I said hello to Logan, and he's exactly as his YouTube channel is, that nice, cool, calm voice. I wish I had that voice. And it was a good time. Obviously, James Knight and Robbie Robster. And from Australia, and coming all the way there for his birthday. And again, I went crawling with him, and that was epic, a nighttime crawl with those guys. Surprise, Hemistorm. All right, Chris, he showed up when I was leaving Thursday morning, and he kind of tricks us. He shows up, but he kind of gives hints, but he wasn't giving any hints. And then all of a sudden, when I left Thursday morning, I checked the Instagram before I leave, and he's at the airport in Norway with packed and ready to go. I'm like, sweet. So we got to see Chris. He was a very popular, busy guy. We saw Josh and Matt, of course. And again, those two were also very busy. Everybody was saying their salutations and how they enjoy what they do for the RC community, plus Chris, of course, of Hemistorm. And then John Schultz. All right. Schultz is a great guy, great person, prankster. but a good guy. And again, there was probably other people that I'm trying to, of course, Reese RC and Reese and his crew. And thank you for that. And then also Castle Creations were there. That was kind of nice. So hello to them. And then just people on the trail, probably recognize me more than them. There were some people I saw that I recognized. Mr. Baker was there. It was just, it was a fun fest. That's what I should really call it. It was just a great fest, great people having fun with RC cars galore. And like I said, I cannot recommend it enough. We set up camp. Oh, have to thank Tony Mazza, a friend of Harley Designs and mine. And I was I camped next to him. I don't know if Vanquish was happy with me taking up a spot that would get to their tent fast enough, but I was on official business. I was delivering a power tank for Mazda, and I told him, please save me a spot. And then 2, I was also delivering some things for San Diego Crawlers. I forget the name of the group, but I was also delivering a meeting with them to set up. Somebody won a Vanquish VS410 Pro kit, the discontinued one. And it had this, it had that, and they included, if you want a moose job. And I said, and originally they were going to just give them 20% off. I'm like, no, we'll make it free. So I changed that. They didn't mention moose job, but that's fine. I don't care. Kind of, but not much. And so I was there on official business. I don't care what they say, Plus, I was there to, I think, something with Reefs as well. Just, I wanted to talk to Vanquish, Reefs, Night Customs, and then also Matt, which I didn't get to about, talk about here, the future of Moosejaw RC Body Shop, and just kind of pick their brains and such. So unofficial, official business. And in the end, I said, I just dropped there. Let's help you unload. I'll help you unload. And I didn't mean to take your spot. And somebody took also the spot in between Reefs and Night Customs camper as well. I think it was Reef, 2 cars. So, but I did me and Phoenix, I think even Phoenix and Eric Baker delivered their Easy Up and everything. So I helped them set up, helped them break down and all that, and did my part so they didn't have to feel like I was stealing their spot. But I did steal their spot. And you know what? I have no regrets. Don't forget to hit that button. I barely got to say hi to Schultze. And he was busy too, to tell you the truth. And Phoenix and I almost went home with a bunch of elements. On Thursday night, Schultz left some elements on ready to runs on the table, and Horizon Hobby was supposed to come over and pick them up, but they didn't. And it's nighttime, and me and Mazza and probably Phoenix too, right? So I guess we should put these over here because we didn't know where they were supposed to go, and so we put them in our camp on the Mazza Moosejaw camp, and we let Schultz know, and Schultz like, they didn't pick it up. So, if they don't come, they're yours. And the next morning, they were there for a good first quarter of the day. And then finally I see that they were gone. So, which is good. They should be given away. Do we need an element, Phoenix? I don't know. I wouldn't mind an Ecto, but we'll see. Someone ratted us out. Who was the rat out? We didn't do anything wrong. We were helping. We were helping. The fun events, the big launching ramp that they have, I partook in that. Took Mrs. Moosejaw's Rift and sent it once, and it did good. Other ones, I couldn't quite hit it straight, but I got a patch. I was happy. Scale City was really cool. That was always nice, and you had to vote on that. And then we went on the trails, and I will say the Reckless Crew. I'm going to say it right now. The Reckless Crew RC. I believe I have their sticker here somewhere. You're supposed to vote for the best trail. And theirs one was on the northwest side of the mountain. And I did that at night. And I tell you, that was a fun trail. That was a great trail. I don't know how they lost. And they did by applause. I don't know. And nothing wrong with the other one, too. It was a good trail, too. But I had a kick on that trail. on their trail, the Reckless RC Crew, I believe is what they're called. Forgive me if I'm wrong, if somebody could correct me on that. And we did a nighttime. So it was me, James Knight, and Robbie. And then there was also, gosh, why is his name escaping me? Salinas Crawlers, who sometimes shows up here. I forget his name. And then Ampro, what, the 3D printed guys who do a lot of stuff for the Tamiya stuff. They were there, and I didn't realize it was them, and they didn't realize it was me. It was only until later, like a couple of days later. It's like, that was you? Like, that was you? That was you? So there was a lot of people out on the trail there, plus many more that, for whatever reason, is escaping me right now. And it was a fun night. Then we went to the southeast side trail, and we kept going, and there was a tarantula coming by the trail at night. So that was good. Alberto, there you go. Thank you, Alberto. But what about Salinas Crawlers? I forget. Gosh. And I know he's here sometimes. I know he's here. Very nice. Everybody was very nice and everything. But then we had a tarantula cross our path. That was cool. It was a little one looking for love in all the wrong places. And we went up there. That's a kind of a harder trail. You actually have to go in between big boulders and everything. And gosh, there was also some guys from Colorado. Ty from Colorado was there that I met at the We Rock RC event and everything. Their group was there. Again, nice people and everything. And they brought their FMS Willies, which I did. And did I bring it in here? No, it's still out in the garage. That was fun. Actually, I'll say it. FMS Willies, and maybe even the Suzuki, their 1/6 scale. It's a fun rig. It needs help, but it's definitely a fun scaled, kind of drive it like a real car rig. I recommend them. I liked it a lot. And let's see, they had giveaways, but I hate raffles, to tell you the truth. I just can't sit still for them. And they had a raffle each day, which is nice. And then gosh, what else? I mean, just the events, the sumo wrestling. I forget what they call it for the Western thing. They had gunfighter show. Old Westy, almost like Virginia City, doing an Old West gunfight show. That was pretty cool. And gosh, it just a good. We had a windstorm from hell, a dust storm, really. There was 60% chance of rain, and we're like, crap. And then, but instead, it was a dust storm. And this was Saturday? I think it was Saturday. And me, Phoenix, and everybody were hanging on to the easy ups like we're in a subway, holding down and helping out and everything. Who lost their? I think Gen Ace lost their easy up that night. They're the only ones. Everybody was holding it, and it was brutal. It was a brutal. It was Friday. Okay, Friday, not Saturday. It was brutal. That's right. Saturday was warmer. That's the deal. And then it rained, but it wasn't torrential rain. It was just annoying rain, if that is such a thing. But that wind, and then so it blows south, dust and everything, and we're cleaning up afterwards and all that. Then the wind is switching back to the north, and it's now turned to rain. But luckily, it wasn't too bad of rain. It wasn't that bad. It's weird weather out there sometimes in Apple Valley, but a good time to be had. So again, put in your calendar next year, Pole Line by the Fire, probably September, maybe October. They kind of flirt with both months and everything, because I guess at a certain point, according to Schultz, who lives out there in Victorville, the weather just turns to winter after October or something. It's like clockwork. I don't know how it does that. So it was good times and all that. Let's see. Let's talk about, we talk about that. We talk about this. I don't have much mail call, tell you the truth. I mean, well, we did some things. How are we doing? We're midway through. We're doing fun. I hope everybody's enjoying themselves and everything. Let's talk about before I talk about the business plan, let's talk about the optic. All right. I'm going to make a video on this. Hopefully I have it next week because some people are starting to talk about it. But we have our optic. It was already a run. Was, past tense. We done some things. One, we have this wonderful wrap from Pavillon Noir. I believe Noir. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not that European, but he designed this up for me. He's only on Facebook, and maybe put the spelling or something like that on there. If you want a wrap for your optic, gosh, I want to say it was $60, but that includes shipping plus design. He designed it, custom design. It's not a pre-designed thing. And I gave him my logo, and I told him I want teal, black, white, and originally I said ox blood, but I don't know, maybe lost interpretation. He just took it as red, and it's fine. And he came up with this design first. This was first. And so you message him on Facebook and say, hey, I'm interested in one of your designs. I have this. Here's my this, and this, and so forth. Let me know. And then 5 minutes later, and it was daytime here, so it's got to be pretty nighttime there. He responds. He goes, great. How's this? And he had this design within 5 minutes. I said, that looks great. I wasn't going to change. I wasn't going to tell him, ooh, I don't like that. You know, I like creative as that. And then he came up with the hood and then the roof. And he had two designs. He had this, and then he also had like an American flag, but teal. I thought, well, we'll just go with the Vanquish. And then he came up with the backside. And within an hour of showing me this stuff, I paid for it, and it was on its way from, I believe, Belgium or somewhere, Netherlands, maybe. So that was that. So we did that. Other things we have Cliff McCraw panels here, including the side panels here. The only thing he doesn't make is a hood panel. That's fine. And he has this wonderful little grid pattern thing, you know. I don't know what you would call it, screen. I don't know. It has that as well. So we have that. Oh, and these wing number plates. He gave me two sets. One is the Vanquish one, as you see there, and then one is blank. And all I did is I put them together, and I think I painted one side blue and put the see-through part, cutout part really, and just put it on the inside. So I have yeah, as you can see right there, I got 4 total. And I just put numbers on the outside. And I thought that was a cool idea. And that was very nice of them as well. Thank you. We have Twisted Tree RC antenna, one of my favorites. We did repaint the guy, and we can see the dice in there. That's also Twisted Tree RC. I thought that looked cool. And then we did 2.2 tanks. Now, right now, Vanquish only has tanks in stock, and so is A-Main and RPP Hobby. Nobody has any other tanks, any other 2.2s from Vanquish in stock. And I was looking at SSD, and there was one that I liked, but then I went with these and so forth. And we got a wheel weight. We got brass. I think we have brass in the rear too, or did I just go regular? Yeah, I went regular there because I knew it was a little not as heavy in the front that I like. So we have that. And we got the new Yokohama's 2.2 tires on there. Still stock foams because they are slightly smaller. I think these are 5.1 inch, not 5.6 or 5. So we have the stock foams. But believe it or not, they're holding up pretty good. They're doing pretty good. We also have some H-Tech. And he was there at the event too. H-Tech was there all the way from South Korea. I got the there we go. We got these metal stabilizers there. They're 2-piece, so you can put the pivot ball in between. And then you have the brake. You just take out the old, I don't know, I guess you would say brake. They really don't have any function. There's just metal and it looks good. All right. And we have a Raves where are you? There you go. Reefs Raw 500 with BEC in there. Plus the H-Tech grill, because I'm a Jeep guy. So we went with that one. I have the Vanquish one, but I like that one better. Underneath, we what we did, we put my favorite part, the incision drive shafts. I love those things. And then we made it rear wheel steer. Ta-da! And what we did with that is we just got H10 parts. I doubled up on the H-Tech parts. And don't forget to order the shoulder screws. They're separate. They don't quite have hardware. Nobody has hardware. Give us the hardware. And we doubled up on that. And then I have a Reefs low profile for Raw 400 because I thought maybe I better make room. I could have gone with a 500. A lot of people say match up your servos front and rear. And I maybe agree with that. I kind of agree with that. But both are hooked up to a BEC max voltage or maybe a couple point whatever below so I don't get them too heated. But it works great. The only thing I had to do, this is the tricky part, is the upper links. The upper links, if I could get my finger on it, there we go, right there. The stock ones are thinner, like that one. And if they're thinner, the horn will clear it. But now that I had the thicker ones, and I'll explain why, I had to take some meat out of the Reefs servo horn so it could clear it. You know how Reefs, the horn goes out and there's a piece of material there that brings it down? I had to Dremel that out, grind it out. And I rounded the edges so that it has some room. Now, some people are saying that you take the links on the outside to get what you need exactly as the front. I didn't really. Here's the thing: I didn't really see anybody share their information on how they made four-wheel steering, so I kind of just went blindly till I choose. What I ended up doing, I went with a thicker one in the uppers, only because they were slightly by, I want to say, 1/8 of an inch longer. And that just changed the angle of the axle and the drive shaft to be more, level, I guess you would say. The only thing is this weird angle here, but really, it's not that bad. And I haven't noticed anything binding and all that. Would I love a centerpiece one? Yes. But this is just not made right now. Seeing a lot of people do F10 portals. I just don't want portals. I got enough portals. I don't want portals on this. But it's a gas. It's amazing having four-wheel steering. If you have how's it go? How's it Bealer's Day Off? If you have the opportunity, I highly recommend it. It's so choice. Very choice. And it's fun. And especially when I switched to my regular radio, but you can do it on the stock radio. How? I don't know. And I don't think anybody really explains it. But I switched to my Futaba, and there's this guy named Bird Reynolds programming a Futaba 4PL or a PL. I can't remember. Before the 4PLS. And the menu is exactly the same or pretty darn close where you can figure it out. And it's just 3 settings. One is just your regular setting. One is turning like that. And then the next one is the crab walk. You can even do a 4th setting where it's just your rear tires turning. But I figured, no, I think that's overkill. So that's this beauty. And this is the one I crawled with Knight Customs, James Knight and everything, and it did great. No, I did the dude first. I took my dude out first because this is the one with lights. I didn't take this out at night. I need more lights. Do need to get the H-Tech. They have a brace here that can fit in there, and it can house some lights. And I might put a My Trick RC antenna in the back instead of this. We'll see. I did have to carve out. I took out the. Probably see that. Yeah. I took out the bottom piece of the gas tank, and then I did carve out a section of it to clear the servo going straight down. Easy. And they're just held on with the 2 screws here instead of those. I took those out. I highly recommend 4-wheel steering. It's my only 4-wheel steering vehicle. It's so fun. I just keep wondering how much abuse more this could take, because the cage, well, the cage is doing okay. I'm always worried about like this one. Ooh, that's kind of, let's show that. There we go. I don't know if I can see it, but that little horn piece of the cage, excuse me, right there is, yeah, look at that. It's taking a beating. I hope, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I have to get that H-Tech cage. Other people are making cages for it too. H-Tech just released, I think he made the first 30. I'm not 100%, or maybe first 5. And you could buy a CM machine cage for it. We shall see. But it's so fun. I love this thing. It's been everywhere. Literally, it's probably the most driven RC truck I have. It's done well in Colorado in 3 different locations. It's done Spokane, Washington, Post Falls, Idaho, Donner. Oh, gosh. Angora Lakes in Lake Tahoe, Proline by the Fire. And just last week, Moon Rocks. And it's just a great truck. It's dependable. So that's what I would say with your Optic. Have fun with it. And 4-wheel steering, let me know in the chat. Does anybody else have 4-wheel steering and as giddy as I am? I hope so. Let's take a little Nectar of the Gods, aka green tea. Not beer 30. Not till Friday. Have to work in the morning. Anyways, so again, before we move on to talk about what's next is with Moosejaw RC Body Shop. Again, thank you for joining and all that fun stuff. Hit that like and let's move on. I'm going to share a screen. So part of me going to Proline by the Fire was one, absolutely, to have fun and everything, and I did. I think I had a lot of fun. The other thing is I wanted to pick some of the people's brains who are really in the industry. And as a small guy in this hobby, where do I go next? Because that's my motivation. First, when I started this whole thing, the YouTube or even the Instagram, it was just to share and have fun and all that. I had no stars in my eyes or anything like that. An opportunity did give me a chance to ask Josh and Matt questions. And then, Josh making a video on my paint technique. I thought that was very nice and very helpful. And then just meeting Reese, he helps me out a little bit too, and very thankful to him. So I'm getting more and more, still small guy in the field, but just getting to know more people. So I'm thinking, okay, well, what I want to do to make Moosejaw RC Body Shop. I still say not to make a living. That's for damn sure. But maybe again, establish that I'm part of the hobby, I'm part of the scene, and make more connections with people, and push the YouTube channel, but also the body shop part of it. But at a point where I feel I can actually handle it, because one, I don't wake up and go to work at Vanquish. Kind of wish I did. I've been flirting with the idea as the marketing manager. I even wrote up the job description. Jim says, we need somebody to tell us. I'm like, okay, I have it all at work. I just don't have the guts to give it to them. I even made interview questions and marketing strategies to follow that would best for that. And so I don't do that. I am still working as an educator, and because it has benefits and so forth. But at the same time, I want to push RC Body Shop into some kind of realm of just being out there a little bit more, but at a pace where I can still handle it. Because right now I still have 7 gunner bodies. I have 1 Mazda body. I have, I have 1 Unimog body for somebody for the next Axial Fest. So that's on that. I have this one. And I even have a Gunner's Sand Scorcher. And there's one more. There's Travis's of the Mod Squad. I need to do his for him, and that's next on the queue. Get some freebies out of the way, and so forth, where I could then say no to other people for a while, and then start implementing the Moosejaw RC body shop business mantra, whatever you want to call it. And the idea was, I'll still paint. I might do 2 to 3 Moosejaw bodies per month. 2 for clients, commissions, if you will. And 1, I have some extra bodies that I could do myself and put up on my website, moosejawrcbodyshop.com, by the way. and make them available. But then add something with like interior. I've been doing flocking, making carpet areas look like carpet on interiors and so forth, and then doing some other little techniques. And then it just goes, well, we could do more. What about buying Tamiya drivers? The Tamiya stock drivers that work perfectly, like in a Phoenix or something like that, and paint those up. And maybe, gosh, Eric Baker and Gary, they were able to find me files and print up some busts, some heads of famous people. So I have Jeff Bridges from The Big Lebowski. I have 2 of those. I even have a gladiator and a gladiator helmet. I think that was from, oh gosh, what's this? What's that one guy? I forget the name. It's escaping me. But those, and then I looked, and there's a lot of files out there of famous people. So if you want a certain character, you can find it out there. So I'm thinking, well, maybe I'll look into that bamboo and print that out. And it started to snowball. And then Night Customs came out with the idea of using his stuff for people to subscribe to him and subscribe to his website. And I believe you could buy the files at a discount, or maybe you get some free, and then you could print them for people and charge them. He doesn't mind that because he's getting income from the subscription to do so. So now I'm thinking, well, man, now we could really go full ham on some RCs. And Vanquish is probably my number one. Those people who buy Vanquish are my number one clients, tell you the truth. So what I'm thinking is, and bear with me as we go through this boring business stuff. I know this is my website, and what this website's going to do is I changed some things. I changed some wording and added my logo and all that kind of stuff. But my business model is to take your chosen RC body and go full throttle, full ham, with creativity, 3D printing details, and special techniques to make your RC stand out. So that's kind of what I'm looking to do on a easy pace basis. And still have my paint jobs that I have here. All right. And then what's new? Well, I'm teaming up with, like I said, Mr. Knights and subscribing to that. And where I will, I want the Josh-like customers. I want the ones that go, here's an RC body, do something with it. And go full ham on it. And with printing 3D items and even putting scale items, just like even this tiny little Starbucks cup, just anything that my mind thinks would be seen in a truck and so forth. And for that, we'll put them for sale here. Right now, we just have my drag racing body that's not doing anything, so I'm not drag racing it. And I do have a 77 Proline Ram Charger that I'm going to paint up like the Simon & Simon patina looking like thing here soon. And I'll just post them up for sale, the ones that I do for people, or do for myself to sell to people, or even print out the items, saying I can print this out and this out for you at a cost. And that's kind of like what we're I can still feel like I'm creating. I'm not overwhelmed. I will say no to people and try to just do 2 commissions a month. And I think that will support my habits. And then, if I want to support my RC habits, I don't have any other bad habits. We don't have any strange hobbies out there that we know of. And then making that available. And here's another thing. So I was talking to James Knight and he said, well, what do you think else I could do with this? And he goes, you could just print them out for people too and leave them raw, or I could print them out and like an interior for a Fordyce, paint it up and make it available. So again, it just allows me creativity, maybe also time to enjoy building a moon buggy one day. And that's another thing I could add. I could add maybe some simple cage work to like a cab body, something like that. It's just how much I make myself available to, but at the same time, pace myself not to get overwhelmed. So that's kind of the idea of Moosejaw RC Body Shop. We're going to keep going with the Instagram and the YouTube here and all that fun stuff. But at the same time, we're just going to try to, so I can make more connections with customers. If Schultz throws me an ecto body, all right, I wouldn't mind doing that for them as well. Or any other future companies that are going to be out there in about 2 years from now. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. I can't say who. Or even new products that come out like Vanquish. I haven't been by there. I'm pretty sure they're plotting another body and everything and so forth because they're innovators and they're creators. So looking forward to that. But at the same time, this Axial, I know that James Knight said he has 300 plus other files that he's working on for RC, for interiors or something. So it's just something, and I know some people that print a lot of 3D printed parts and make them available. I'm not going to do that. It's like, kind of like, what's the order? And I'll take 2 orders or 1 order, 2 orders and handle it that way. So that's kind of like what I'm doing. Hey, Andy, just tune in. I was talking about your stuff. Everybody say hello to Andy. He has some great panels for your optic. And Andy, quick on those optic wraps you did of what was it? It was red, and then I forget because it was. Gosh, I should know, but I see it. But quick on the wraps. Kudos to you. So that's the direction Moosejaw RC Body Shop's going to go. I'm kind of looking forward to it. Yes, I gotta have to invest in a bamboo and some filament, but talking to everybody, especially James, he says it's a no-brainer. Get a bamboo and go to town. So we will do that and see where this goes. See where it takes Moosejaw RC. With that, maybe also on the YouTube channel here, making more. I don't hate saying tutorials or how to. It's more like, here's how I painted this, and you could try it out type of thing. I don't want to say this is the way to do it. I'm not that kind of guy, but it's like, hey, try this, and go with that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Just got to get going. I would say we're probably going to be full swing when the new year hits. I always think that would be the ideal time to start. Other than that, folks, gosh, I don't really want to talk about. How are you doing? We're fine. Talk about Trail Hero a little bit. Ben, the moderator, he had tickets for Trail Hero, but I won Trail Hero tickets on what is it? At Axial Fest. But I couldn't take a week off. It'd be like the 4th week of school or fifth week of school. And I think that would be frowned upon. So I didn't go, but Ben did. And I gave him my tickets. And then he, I don't know if he gave him, I don't know what he did with them, but they were VIP tickets. So you got to go see a show, some of the rock shows and everything. And I hope he went. He was mostly trailing though, I think. And, what is the AZ? Good old Ben. And it looks fun. I want to take my Jeep there, but he always does the ramp crawl thing. That's his Gladiator, by the way. It is a monster. He just got a wrap for it, and I think probably I don't know, a sponsor from, or maybe a collaboration with Moto Built. The crazy thing is, he went up the chute. He went down the chute, it looks like, too. Where's up the chute? Yeah, this is crazy. All right. What are you gonna do? Where are you gonna go? Right? And he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go up." And I'm like, "No, you're not." I could hear if I tried this, I could hear Mrs. Moosejaw going, "What the hell are you thinking you're doing?" And then, yeah, then you go, you only see sky here for a moment. And I'm thinking, don't roll back, don't roll back. Sky, nothing but sky. And still sky. And then, oh my God, there's land. So there's Sand Hollow, Utah area. Beautiful terrain and everything. And Ben, who was into RC crawling, is now into the real thing. And kudos to AZ_JTR there with his beautiful Gladiator. I think he's got 42-inch tires on that. I'm not sure really what he's doing with that. So check that out. I want to go one time. I'd like to go and check that out. We shall see. Come in October, I think, in Arizona, in Phoenix. Let me know if it's, I don't know if it's in your area, but there is a kind of a moon buggy, whatever the pro mod build along thing, RC event coming up in Arizona. I wish I could go to that. We'll see if we can pull it off, but we'll see. Some really creative ideas, Joe. All the best to you and your new adventure. Thank you, Outcast. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And then who knows? We'll make more collaborations, right? And see if that helps on some things. Let me get rid of something here. I got my title, bubble, show headlines. We don't need that. Yeah, there we go. Because we are not episode 71. Other than that, folks, it's 7:57. I think we're kind of good. Well, we'll talk about this wonderful new stupid toy. Oh, it's heavy. We got one. It was used. Originally, the guy wanted $200, but I traded an element for it. He was happy to trade an element for it. And it's fun. Let's make some room for it, though, because it's also big. Move the T. I move my phone. Scales rubber duck. There we go. Oh. So we got the Losi ham array. Hold it up a little bit. And it's used. There we go. Whew. Definitely got, I would say these are fun, but looking at aftermarket stuff or even Losi stuff, it's almost like you're going to invest, well, probably like an RC crawler, tell you the truth. You can invest another $1,000 on these things. There's a Trial and Volvatin, I forget the name of the company, and then some people on Etsy and all that make some stuff for this. And I got a carbon fiber PTEG 3D printed Jeep grill coming up for that, even though I probably just could have put styrene in there and done it myself. And then I want to get new panels and paint it my own way. We'll do the drivers differently. Nothing against Casey Curry, nice guy. And then we'll have to figure out the tires because these blow out very easily. Previous owner had water in them. Yeah, look at that. That's just ripped up right there. That just ripped up nasty. Had water in there, and then I put it on 100% power on the radio, and then 3S, and of course just ballooning out, and it threw the water out of the tires. I was like, where did the water come from? In the desert. And it's like, oh, he had water in the tires. So tires are okay. Talking to Dana and the mod squad, he's saying beadlocks, and yeah, maybe belted tires is a good if they make them for this. I don't know. Dana was talking about some crawler tires and on 2.2 beadlocks. I don't know. We do feel like 2S would be enough, tell you the truth, and where you can actually drive it, because one on 100% and on 3S, it drove like a squirrel on cocaine. It was not fun. And 75% better was better, but there's still definitely some adjustments. And then just 50% was like, eh. So we got to find that happy spot. And I think if they race, if you're going to race these in the UD4, whatever R class, I think it's going to be 2S total anyway. So we'll see about that, even if I race, because I don't know anybody racing these. But this thing, I've been wanting this for a while. This was on my wish list, and it's amazing. Not many, there's aftermarket parts for almost anything, but very few companies that make it. So that means less supply, big demand, more prices, all that economic stuff that I deal with during the day. So we got that. Hello, Gigawatt. How you doing, sir? Did we say hi at Proline? You were there. I just can't. Yeah, we said, I think I remember. Okay, my memory's not that good. It's not. So we got that. What's next on the Moosejaw R.C. Hour? One, we're going to switch to Mondays. I think that's a great idea. Thank you for that idea. We'll say it was your idea. Okay. And then I remember Giga. I was thinking and like, oh yeah, wait a minute, on day one. And then but Giga, didn't we see a lot of people there? There was a lot of people there. I will say I did give an autograph. I think 2. And a funny story. I saw some Satisfied jerky on the table at Vanquish, and there was a little sliver out. I'm gonna take a little piece. I'm gonna take that piece. And they ate it, and then I almost died because I didn't realize it was Armageddon. And Gunner was just laughing at me. And I did not sleep well that night. Please stay away from Armageddon jerky. Do yourself a favor. I installed a Mitric light set, woke up Sunday, and was like, hey, I like it. Totally forgot. Oh, man, I had fun. I don't know. I want to get more lights on the optic. I think that's the only thing I'm really worried about. So, yeah, so don't eat Armageddon and so forth. But again, it was a lot of fun and everything like that. So we'll see you next Monday, and we'll make a habit of this. And we'll keep it at 7. That gives me an opportunity to decompress from the first Monday of work week and be more entertaining. My chair's shrinking, so I'm getting lower and lower. So, put a clamp on that. Be like this. But other than that, thank you for joining the Moosejaw RC Hour. Build your tiny trucks. Get a kit. Stay tuned for tomorrow. Scale News update with Josh coming out in the morning, and we'll see what's up. I know for members only, he has his late night delights or afternoon delights or whatever he's calling it. I forget what he's calling it. Where is it? I know I saw it. Where are you? Anyways, check out Josh and tomorrow. And yeah, other than that, thanks for joining. Cheeseburgers and fries, and we're shrinking. Good night. Da, 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 da. Where's my outro? I forgot to do the outro. We'll just say good night.